Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Bachiva and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're gonna make the famous French dish Bœuf Bourguignon and we're gonna turn it to a healthy stew. So let's go. For the stew you will need potatoes, carrot, onion and mushrooms. We also add in some garlic, some parsley, a bay leaf and thyme. You will also need some tomato paste, salt and pepper. I'm also adding some onion powder, but you really don't have to. I just feel like the onion powder is adding more flavor on top of the onion. And of course you will need a bottle of red wine. Please do not get the cooking wine they sell in store. It's absolutely gross. Just get a real bottle of red wine and you don't have to pay a fortune for it. This brand, for example, Barefoot, is under $10 and it's a really good quality of wine. Let's start. Okay, I'm gonna start with the potatoes. I like to cut them to cubes about this size. If you are one person, you can use one potato. It's kind of enough. I use two because it's the two of us. And they can be that small or they can be smaller. It's up to you. But this is one small size potato, so it's plenty for one person. So we are here to make healthy meals and also make them affordable. Now our carrot, I like to cut them about that much, but you can also make small slices, it's up to you. Again, I have two carrots, but this is one carrot. It's plenty for one person. All right, now we're gonna chop our mushrooms. Those are medium size, but if they're smaller, even that small, you can leave them whole or cut them to half. I like to cut them to quarters. Now I would like to tell you a little bit about Bœuf Bourguignon and what it means. Bœuf means beef in French, and because we don't eat red meat, we replace them with mushrooms. So the original dish doesn't have any mushrooms, but this is our beef, bœuf, and they come out really tender and delicious in that dish. Now back to our chopping board. I have 4 mushrooms that I'm cutting, but it's really up to you on how much you want. I just love mushrooms. We both do, so 4 mushrooms. Now, I added some garlic and I will just do some slices of them. You can leave the garlic whole. I like to add garlic to almost everything we eat because it's natural medicine. It's natural antibiotics. It protects your immune system, so garlic is great and it adds a lot of flavor. Now, I have a really big onions here, so I'm not going to use all of it because it's a lot. And the original Bœuf Bourguignon is actually made with little pearl onions. And they are super cute and it's nice to just leave the onion whole and then you can just eat them like that. But here, because we are trying to cook on a budget, I just got a regular onion and I'm just gonna chop it roughly. And you can get those pearl onions if you want, or you can just do what I'm doing. And I think it's plenty enough. I like chunks of onions. I really like to eat them. I think they taste great in every dish, and again, just like the garlic, it's wonderful for your body. So now that we chopped all our vegetables, it's time to assemble the dish in the pot. Now I want to show you, I put everything on a plate because that way I have everything ready next to me and everything goes to the pot now. It's that simple. Let's go. Let's turn on the heat on medium heat. You can use oil if you like. I do not use oil. I use oil as less as possible. I will add olive oil to a salad, but when I cook, I'm trying not to use any. You really don't need to. You can saute your onions with just a tiny bit of water. So I will just start by putting my onions. And I will add a tiny bit of water. I love the sound, the sizzling sound. Now when you saute your onion, it's the best time to put your spices. So here I'm going to add my onion powder. And we're going to add 2 spoons of tomato paste. We're going to keep mixing. Now I'm going to add the rest of my vegetables. And now we're going to take our red wine. I'm going to pour. Now you just want to put enough to cover your vegetable, and now you're going to let it simmer. When you simmer the wine, all the alcohol will evaporate, so you don't have a very alcoholic meal. You just have all the flavors of the red wine, but don't hope to get drunk on that. That's not going to happen. Now you can see it start to bubble. And at this point, you can really smell the wine, and we're gonna add some salt and pepper. We're gonna cover the pot and let it cook for, I will say, another 5 minutes. Now that our 5 minutes are over, we're gonna give it a little stir. Look at the color of those potatoes. They look completely purple from the wine. All right, so now we're gonna cover everything with water. You can put your heat on high again. Or you can boil water and just put boiling water. And now you just want to cover everything, that's all. The last thing we need to do now is add our herbs. And for this dish, we're gonna put a bouquet. And it's called a bouquet because we don't chop the herbs and drop them in and mix. We're not doing that. In fact, we're just gonna give it a little last stir with the water and wine. And that's it. Now we're not gonna touch it again. And the bouquet goes on top, and it's called a bouquet because you attach it together, and then when the dish is ready, you're gonna take those out and they don't stay inside, but they do get the dish really absorb all the flavors. So we have 3 different herbs. We have parsley, we have thyme, and we have a bay leaf. So we put them all together, and you can attach them with a string or just drop them. I don't bother to attach them. But you can also use one of the parsley to attach them together. I will just drop it in as is like that, and that's it. Now we're gonna cover our pot, and as it cooks, all the flavors from the bay leaf, the parsley, and the thyme are gonna absorb in the dish. And when it's ready, we're gonna take it out. And now that it's boiling, we're gonna reduce the heat to low, and we're gonna set up a 20 minutes. You know what's my favorite part about plant-based food is that you don't have to cook for as long as you do when you make meat. When I used to cook meat in the past, I used to cook my pots for an hour or 2 to make the meat soft. Since I don't eat meat anymore, I find that all my cooking takes so much less time. You can cook a soup or a stew for between 20 to 30 minutes. That's all. The vegetables are going to be fully cooked, and it's so much easier that you don't have to cook for so long. Alright you guys, so it's been 20 minutes and our stew is ready. So I'm gonna show you how I take off the bouquet now. Look how red the color is, it's so pretty. So we are just gonna use a fork, just like that, and I dig out the herbs. And that's gonna go right away to the trash. Here you go. Now let me show you the pot. So this is it. This is our vegan Bœuf Bourguignon. Look at the potatoes, they're so purple. Even the mushrooms look purple. And the smell is so good. It's really a wonderful dish. You guys, this is a wonderful, flavorful dish. It's so packed in flavors and colors. You can just eat it as is, or you can have it with some rice, even mashed potatoes. But since we already have potatoes in this dish, I will mash some beans for dinner, and we're gonna have the stew on top of the mashed beans. So I'll see you guys at dinner. All right, you guys, now it's time for dinner. Check this out. Look at those crazy colors. So that's the stew we made earlier. And here I mashed some black beans. And now we're gonna eat it all together. You like it, Sarah? Mm-hmm. It's nice, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take some beans with some mushrooms. The flavor of the wine is so good. So the French people, they cook red meat with red wine, and chicken, they normally cook it with white wine. But yeah, this is really, really delicious, and you guys should go ahead and try it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, and give a thumbs up. We'll see you next time. Bye.